1482. That's 800-575-1482. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering 25% off windows and doors or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Before the Growl. Mason, Ireland, M. We're just talking about my uncanny ability to identify when a dude is wearing a toupee. Mm-hmm. I call it toupee-dar.
Yeah, you're very good at it. I have none of this.
Yeah, I have gaydar and toupee-dar.
And I have neither.
You don't have gaydar?
Oh, I'm terrible at it.
What?
I worked with you for 10 years and never knew you were gay.
10 years, had no clue.
Would
you have figured it out, Em?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I have a
pretty good gaydar as well. Yeah, I think toupee-dar is interesting because, you know, it's not even like you're insulting somebody. It's just like, we know what you're doing. We know what happened.
We all know exactly
it's like
what's
Ozempic.
going on.
It's like Ozempic radar as well. It's like, okay, we understand how you lost weight very suddenly, which is why, okay, so Travis, his transformation,
yes,
a lot of people either asked if he was sick or if he was on Ozempic, but Travis
just
is,
walking 5
is
miles.
clean of all of it.
Walking 5 miles a day, yeah.
By the way, am I the only one of the three of us that has zero issue with people that either A, use Ozempic, or B, get a toupee?
I endorse it.
I think it's your own life, it's your own body.
If it can make you healthy and lower your A1C and all that stuff, I'm all for it.
If it gives you more confidence, I mean, I work in the TV news business. I work with several people who had toupees, and it changed the trajectory of their career.
I will say there are some people in Hollywood that look scary thin. I know that's not healthy. There are some women on the red carpet that look like I can see their bones sticking out.
They look like they haven't eaten.
One time I'm walking, and I love this actress. Love her. I think she's fantastic on screen, and she's great. But one day I'm at a Laker game, and I'm walking behind. This is when Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were together.
Yep.
And I'm walking behind the two of them, and I was walking with someone, and I said, I think that's the skinniest woman I've ever seen. Nicole Kidman had zero body fat.
Oh, yeah.
None. And she's obviously gorgeous, but I'm like, wow, it's hard on actresses if they got to be that.
Yeah, and obviously there's some people that you can't gain weight. There's different ways in which that it's not all people doing that, but I just hope that people are supported to, like, not feel like they have to starve themselves to be on screen.
Yes, I agree. I know somebody who was on the shots, did really, really well, came off the shots, did really, really badly. They're now a gambler. They were not a gambler when they were on the shots. I think this is like legit. People are using it for real reasons. And if I was a health insurance company, I'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm going to get healthier people.
Well, in general, I do think there's bone density issues. Because you can lose weight really quickly, and then you don't work out, and therefore you don't lose all your muscle mass. There are things, again, we're not doctors, so would suggest everybody consult a doctor before getting on anything in terms of GLP-1s. But with the toupee, it's just like, it's whatever makes this guy confident.
Okay, Morales is talking about a toupee.
I think you have to make, and you guys can talk better about this because of being men and losing your hair at one point in time or choosing whatever. Every guy, I feel like, has to make a choice if they are somebody that's losing their hair.
Yes.
Do you go bald? Do you go toupee? You have to make that choice early.
Yes.
I feel.
I went to UCLA with a beautiful girl that was losing her hair.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I do have a friend who had alopecia.
Yeah, and she dealt with it, and now she looks great.
Yeah.
Good. But I think generally a guy has to kind of make a choice at one point in time in his life if they are somebody who loses their hair.
Yeah.
Because you either go bald, you get a toupee, you go to Turkey.
Yes.
You get that done. But you can't suddenly change.
By the way, why is everyone going to Turkey? Why don't we just legalize what they do in Turkey here?
It's legal here. It's more expensive here. Even if you have insurance,
so
it's just
where you get
cheap
the cheap
in
ones?
Turkey.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Because that's
cheap and good.
where Jaylen Brown was talking about going.
And also, that's just a thing. If you say you're going to Turkey, it's like slang for you're getting a hair.
Well, remember,
placement.
Jaylen Brown doesn't care.
Yeah.
He'll talk about anything.
Yep.
And so he was on a phone call, and one of his friends was filming him, and he said, I'm not sure what to do. Because what embarrassed Jaylen Brown was he had that spray-on hair.
Right.
And he leaned into a player wearing a white jersey.
And left a mark?
Huge mark on his jersey. Like, Google Jaylen Brown hair stain, and you'll see it. It's like the most
hair stain.
It's like the most obvious thing. So after the game, he's at home with his friend, and his friend goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm making a phone call." and his friend goes, "To who?" He goes, "You'll see." He goes, "Bron, it's me. We need to talk turkey. And I'm not talking about Thanksgiving. Call me back." So he called LeBron. So, like, I guess maybe LeBron did it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, could have been.
I don't think LeBron did it because the results haven't shown.
He's working at it. He's working at it.
I don't know.
He's working that.
I think he is holding on for dear life on something that he should just shave off. But I think it's funny because it's one of the few things that men are very vain about.
Correct.
And, men give women all the stuff about being vain for all the different reasons, but it's the hair and the height for men. And we will talk about the height during the show today because
absolutely.
I read an article that had me laughing.
Yeah,
I'm just like, it's so funny to me. They interviewed Miguel Rojas off the top.
Right. So, Mace.
Yes.
Watch OG Anunoby in this video.
Okay.
And,
oh, my goodness.
Watch a YouTube clip.
So
it's just like a splotch across his jersey.
Right. So,
that's classic.
So, obviously, that he needs a different solution.
I always think there's a certain age where you're not supposed to have really, really jet black hair. That's one of the big...
like Coach K.
True. That's one of the big mistakes. Like, you look at somebody and you're like, yeah, that hair, I don't buy that hair on him. Like, that happens all the that's one of the reasons why I'm lucky. I just let it go.
Yeah, and it looks good.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd have, like, dark brown hair right now, and everybody would say behind my back, can you believe Mason dyes his hair that color?
Yeah.
I wouldn't care if you did.
No?
Yeah. I mean,
but you'd talk about it.
Personal improvement.
You'd have private conversations about it. You'd bring it up with Morales. Morales would say something to you about it.
But I would say, what's wrong with that? I would defend the person dyeing his hair.
Yeah.
It'd be, like, to me, whatever personal improvements people make, plastic surgery, you get a nose job.
Well, you've done a little work, haven't you?
There's nothing that hasn't been worked on.
It's all to make yourself look more beautiful, but also,
by the way,
you're going to be in the public.
And it's all for yourself anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
Most people have
Who cares?
People are not really aware of what you look like that much. Yeah. It's like when you look in the mirror, it's like, I got to do something about that. All right. There you have it. There is your Before the Growl. Coming up next, we are all over that amazing UConn upset of Duke, and the Lakers play tonight, and the Dodgers are 3-0, and all that stuff. Michael and Pepe are going to be here. You're in the right spot. Mason and Ireland on the YouTube, on the app, and on 710.
No lines at a pharmacy, no copays. I'm telling you that you get things like a generic Z-Pack to help you get well faster and handle what are really a bunch of common and in some cases more serious illnesses. But let's get you and your family to have this care kit in your home. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes, and it's shipped to your door immediately, and we'll save you $45 when you use our promo code 710. It's urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710, and you're saving $45.
ESPN LA family, I'm personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand. 2026 marks 15 years that you've trusted me to represent you. When you're hurt and down, I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is a voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Evan Cohen here. You know the feeling when a candidate just stands out. Not just the resume, but their energy. They're eager, engaged, and you know they want the role. That makes a difference. If you're hiring, you want a candidate who's passionate, but you can't get that insight from a resume unless you post your job on ZipRecruiter. Their matching technology finds qualified candidates fast, and ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
ESPN 710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go Monday. Johnny Eyes here, the legend, the voice of your Los Angeles Lakers. Luka quickly got it off and hit it. Falling out of bounds. Luka took a seat in the courtside seats after that shot, and it went in. Producer Emily, producer Brian Cohen, the social team in the back, and you. Gypsy you between his legs. Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio.
So with that said, let's get this going.
Mason and Ireland.
Oh. Yeah.
Your Monday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
What is up? Monday, new week. And Ireland, I'm guessing that with 2 days off, you played a little golf this
weekend.
Played
both days.
Nice.
Now
time in a while, right?
Yeah, and now I can't play again for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's winding the regular season. This schedule, Lakers schedule, has been weird. So Wednesday I leave and we go to Oklahoma.
Right.
We play Oklahoma on Thursday. Then we play Dallas on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're just sitting around Dallas for a couple of days. And no Luka tonight, but the Lakers play tonight against the Wizards. They probably don't need Luka, but we'll find out. And then tomorrow night against the Cavs, who are a good team. So if you had to pick Luka for one of those two games,
this would be the one.
This would be the one you want to miss.
If he has to miss one, but this is the one.
I emailed all you guys. Brian's here. Emily's here. I emailed all you guys. I can't decide, and you guys are more objective than me because I'm the Laker announcer, but I can't decide if Luka deserves to be suspended. And here's what I mean. Why can't the NBA just have a progressive fine system for escalating technical fouls? So for guys like Draymond Green, Dylan Brooks, Luka, who flirt with the 15 technical rule. For people who don't know, you're allowed 15 technicals. If you get a 16th, you're suspended for a game.
Yes.
Why are we taking players off the court when we don't have to?
Well, I mean, I think that they're not. As long as they don't argue with the officials, they won't be taken off the court. But you're saying, should there be a gradual...
Well, here's my solution would be this. Your first technical, you get fined $3,000. Then it doubles with every technical. And once you get past 10, okay, it's $1 million every time you get a technical. Wouldn't that stop the problem?
I mean, if you're going to take $1 million, sure, it would stop the problem. Nobody wants to lose $1 million.
Would go crazy.
They would go.
Luke, how much do you think Luke is losing tonight?
I don't know. He's on his first. He's probably
he makes $46 million a year.
I think it's six figures tonight.
Oh, it's more.
Is it seven figures?
No, it's $264,000.
Yeah,
and if he does it twice more,
right,
then he'll get hit with another $264,000.
I have no issue with this because the reason for this rule is to shut guys up. Shut up, get back on defense, stop complaining. Nobody paid money to see you whine and complain to the officials.
My counter to that is nobody paid money ever in the history of any sport to see the officials.
Well, they're not really seeing the officials, are they? They're seeing
the officials just
the bitching and moaning and crying
but
at the
players.
officials
just took Luka out of the game.
Because I would say Luka has deserved many of these technicals.
I would agree.
Many of them.
But why?
I'm not sure about that one, by the way, is weird. Take that technical. The one on Friday night.
Yeah, they were cursing at each other.
And that guy was yelling in Luka's face, and Luka kind of pushed him a little bit, and then he whacked Luka kind of across.
And if Zaire Williams doesn't whack Luka, there are no technicals.
Right.
But when they went back and looked at the tape and said, well, Luka did give him a kind of a quiet
shove
there.
He gave him a shove.
So let's just give him two technicals.
Right.
But, I know we're going to talk about the big UConn-Duke game.
Oh, yeah.
Like the UConn-Duke game, it was not all decided on that one play.
Of course not.
So,
no.
But Luka did put himself in a position to get suspended. And by the way, I could be wrong about this. We'll ask Michael and Pepe when they get here. Maybe people are so sick of, seeing Luka bitch and complain and moan, which he does too much, that they're okay with him being suspended, and maybe this will get him to shut up.
I'll say this, John. He was playing at peak level once he got 15.
Right.
When he got to 15 and he couldn't afford another one, he went off. So I think this that gave Luka a bigger run than he might have gotten otherwise.
But again, if I'm the commissioner, if I'm Adam Silver, what I would say to all the teams, because I have to talk to all the owners, is let's revamp this 16 technicals and you get suspended for a game. Let's just hit these guys with financial penalties that are so stringent that that'll stop the behavior. The goal is to stop the behavior.
Okay, but that doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody's making whatever Luke is making. 42
or what if someone like, let's just say, Dude Wipes partners with Luka. He is a spokesperson for Dude Wipes.
Okay.
Dude Wipes says, I'll cover your $1 million thing, so you can go get as many technicals as you want. I feel like if it's only money, people will abuse the system.
Right.
And you think
I
that
agree.
15,
but why?
I also think not everybody's making Luka money. What about if I'll throw out a name. What if Jared Vanderbilt gets one? Does he give up $1 million?
No. When he gets to 16, he gives up $1 million.
Okay, so he gets to 16.
No, one technical, $3,000. 2 is 6. 3 is 9.
So this is for Luka and
by
for
the way, they already do
this
get fined.
league. Yeah, this you just make a rule. We're no longer going to suspend people because who's who I feel bad for. Bam Adebayo scored 83 points against the team we're playing tonight.
Right.
Luka's the hottest player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have liked to see what he could do?
I would have loved to, but don't you think somewhere in Luka's head he was like, if I got to get a technical, if I have to get another one, it's going to be on this game because we play Washington tomorrow.
I don't think he thought he was getting a
I think
technical.
he had that clock in his head. He was like,
because he got one last week,
okay,
and
I
they
can afford
rescinded
one.
it.
I can afford one, so I'll do it.
One.
Yeah, I just, as you know, I mean, I'm kind of an extremist on this. I believe Mason hates this, so Emily and Brian you can settle the argument. Phil Jackson gave me an idea once that I think the league should adopt. A no foul out rule. So if you get your 6th foul, Emily, I'm playing against you. I foul you. It's my 6th foul. Instead of throwing me out, you get 2 shots and you keep the ball. So it's incredibly punitive. But then I don't have to get kicked out of the game. I'm against taking the NBA is a star-driven league. I want every mechanism in my disposal to keep the stars in the game. Would you, Emily, be in favor of a no foul out rule?
No, because people would abuse this.
Yeah.
People would send someone like a Draymond or a Lou Dort out there to just get as many fouls as possible, not caring about if he goes past this.
Yeah, no, but here's the problem. How do you win if that's your strategy? Because I keep the ball every time you do it. Brian, where are you?
I'm kind of with you here. I don't like taking players off
Brian,
the
you're
court.
picking the wrong side.
But it's the same thing about the suspension. I
So
mean,
guys can kick guys in the nuts. Guys can punch people in the face. Can they do all this stuff?
Well,
Dylan's get fined $1 million? Is that what we're doing here?
That's like more fighting. If you're not fighting or cheating the game, you shouldn't be suspended.
If there is activity between players, I think
I have zero issue with
technicals are
ejecting
legit.
people for fighting.
Right.
But for technical fouls, you can get a technical foul like the one Luka got the other day. They're just basically playing grab ass, and they gave them both technicals.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So John, you don't think that
I'm in the
15
minority, I know.
technicals is enough warning? I feel like that's enough warning that you shouldn't get another one.
They're getting 15 technicals to warm them up for a potential suspension.
Yeah. 1 year, Rasheed Wallace got 43 technicals. He just didn't care.
Now, do you not think that's a reasonable...
I think he's hurting his team every time he does it.
I agree. Any technical hurts your team. Every single one of them hurts your team.
But imagine if every time Rasheed Wallace did something like that, it would be 2 shots on the ball to the other team. The other team could never catch up because they never have the ball. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Legislate it through penalty without taking the player off the floor.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I donated tickets tonight to charity for this game.
That's nice.
Whoever bought them thought they were seeing Luka. Now, due to things beyond my control, the Lakers' control, Luka is suspended. The league could fix that.
Right.
I would say it is in Luka's control. It is in Luka's control to not get another technical.
Well, here's the counter argument. Michael played 12 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
Never got even 1 technical.
Well, but that means, to me, that says maybe he wasn't aggressive enough.
But it also says if you can control your emotions.
Well, no.
Luka got 16 in one season.
But we're talking about Luka who can't control his emotions.
Right.
Michael obviously could. Luka cannot.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a smart idea to take players off the court unless you absolutely have to. If he comes down and punches somebody in the face, throw him out. But if he comes down and yells at the ref, when Michael played, and there's all these old NBA videos.
I get the yelling at the ref thing. I think a lot of those technicals are unnecessary.
Here's the difference between basketball in the 70s and 80s and basketball today. Today, if you're the ref and I say, Mace, you MFer, you missed another effing call. He fouled me 3 times.
Right.
You would immediately, without saying a word to me, just say, technical foul, disrespect. That's a T on Ireland.
Right.
If I would have done it in the 70s or the 80s and I said, Mace, you MFer, you made another effing horrible call, and I'm in your face.
Right.
I'm yelling at you. What happened in the 70s and 80s, the ref would say, shut up, you big baby, and just play.
Right.
And you'd run away from you.
Sure.
Why can't we go back to that?
Look, in that scenario, I don't have when it
no
comes to
technicals
yelling
in
at
the 70s?
refs, I get it, but there has to be a limit.
So, Emily, I want you to look up, Google this. Google Kevin McHale, Kurt Rambis.
I've seen this.
Clothesline.
Yeah. No,
you know what that was? It was a 2-shot foul.
Yeah.
No one got.
No, I get it.
But it should be a technical.
But
no one got a technical.
What was a more entertaining brand of basketball, that or this? I would argue this is more entertaining than mucking up every single game the way it was in the 80s.
You can still call fouls. What I'm saying is don't call technical fouls. If I come down and grab you or hold you, you can call that.
Oh, sure.
But why are you calling a foul if I'm yelling at the ref?
I don't know the yelling at the ref thing, although I do know this.
I will tell you that the majority
a lot of refs say, okay, I'm going to give you your say. Yell at me a little bit, and then I'm going to walk away. And the ref walks away, and when the player pursues him. Well, I mean, I've seen this a lot. When the player pursues him.
There are about 5 guys I think there's 90 refs. There are about 5 of them that play by the rule that you just described.
No, we'll fire the refs.
Well, they do every year.
They're bad. They're
fire
bad
them all the
referees.
time. And I think, as a matter of fact, by rule, if you grade out in the bottom 10%, you're out.
But you just suggested there are only 5 good referees.
The best referee
in
the NBA right now is a guy named Zach Zarba.
Yeah.
Zach Zarba, if you come up and you can scream and yell and get in his face, and he'll look at you and go, "Are you done?"
I got to be honest though, that's an Adam Silver problem.
I agree. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Why has he not laid out these parameters for referees?
He disagrees with me.
If there are only 5, what does he disagree with the 5 guys that do it right, or does he agree with the entire mass of them that do it wrong?
I know for a fact that the 5 who I think do it right get yelled at for not calling enough technicals.
Oh, wow. See, that's just garbage.
Yeah.
That's just garbage. That's an Adam Silver problem.
The Josh Tiven, who's the lead official tonight for the Lakers, is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think it was Josh who came over the other day and blew a whistle and walked over to the table and said, "Warning to both teams, excessive complaining."
Yes.
And that was his way of saying, keep talking and I'm going to tee you up.
Right.
He's the only person I've ever seen do it. Have you ever seen a ref walk up to the table and go, excessive complaining, warning to both teams?
No.
I've seen it one time my whole career.
Yeah.
I would do that every game. If you're yelling at me, if Brian's yelling at me, I would go. I'd walk over to the thing and I'd go, warning, excessive complaining to Cohen and to Mason. They do it again. I'm going to tee him up. Let's play. So he didn't.
So you're saying only 5 guys do that?
I'm saying I've only seen one guy do it ever.
Oh, see, that's malpractice on the part of the refs. The refs
agree.
are absolutely awful.
I agree.
I've always said NBA referees are terrible. It's so random. They can call up foul on any play, and it's completely random.
As recently as 2 weeks ago, Stu, who's the best ref in the league? And Stu said, none of them. They're all terrible.
I mean, they are all random.
Yeah. And
by the way, I want to talk about umpires who are terrible. Can I do that coming up next?
Did you see the Reds game?
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah. By the way, it's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Lakers look to defend home court tonight against the Wizards. They better defend that home court. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30. Tip-off at 7. Reaction Monday brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. With ABS, what do you do about bad umpires? That's coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Los Angeles, your chance to win an Aston Martin is waiting for you at Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Unity by Hard Rock members can receive entries on Thursdays and Saturdays in April for a chance to win a 2026 Aston Martin. Not a member yet? Signing up is easy. Visit casino.hardrock.com/Tajon. That's casino.hardrock.com/Tajon. Or download the Unity by Hard Rock app. Hard Rock Casino Tajon. The easiest drive from downtown LA. Details at casino.hardrock.com/Tajon.
ESPN LA family, I'm personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand. 2026 marks 15 years that you've trusted me to represent you. When you're hurt and down, I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is a voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Is it time to sell your home? Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to move. Or maybe you inherited a home that you just don't want to hang on to. Whatever your reasons to sell, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for decades. Their seller reviews speak for themselves. They're just people who buy from people, and they'll provide you a custom solution that works for your needs. They offer and will buy with cash, and they close in days. The great part is you don't have to worry about spending any money on repairs, preparing your home to be shown, or having people come in and out. Just a great offer and an easy experience that will give you the peace of mind so that you can walk away happy. So if it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a free, no-obligation offer today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
Smalls here. Did you know there are many ways to do your taxes with H&R Block? You can go to a local office and get expert help in person, or you can choose virtual tax prep and get expert help without leaving home. Or you can even do them yourself online with live human help standing by. Whatever you choose, you can file with confidence, having H&R Block's 70-plus years of tax expertise in your corner. Switch today and file your way at hrblock.com.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering 25% off windows and doors or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
So I want to ask you guys if I am crazy.
Okay.
And if there's something wrong with me.
I like this. The answer, yes and yes.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
3 blind mice. See
Three Blind Mice. That is classic.
An organ player, we had Dieter Rule on.
Yeah.
An organ player got kicked out of an arena for playing this one.
Jerry Danford, Toledo Mudhens, Ned Skeldon Stadium. I saw him ejected for playing Three Blind Mice.
You can't get away with that.
Who's Ned Skeldon?
Yeah, Ned Skeldon is a famous guy who had a stadium named after him in Toledo, Ohio.
Not Red Skelton.
Not Red Skelton. I don't even know who Ned was.
You need to watch The Paper. Have you watched The Paper?
No, not yet.
They do a lot about Toledo Mudhens.
Do they really?
Yeah, because they're in Toledo.
That's the sequel to that's the sequel to The Office. Mm-hmm. So they're not in Scranton; they're in Toledo.
Yeah, but Oscar is the one that carries over. Well, you wouldn't know because you don't watch The Office, but
I'm going to check it out.
Watch The Paper.
Now that I know it's in Toledo, I'm like, yeah.
And
absolutely.
they're outside. They're in Jacob's Building. They film a lot outside of Jacob's Building, so you'll see that too.
Excellent. So, Three Blind Mice. There's one of them that we know of. His name is C.B. Buckner. He's a Major League Baseball umpire. He was umpiring this weekend the Reds-Boston game, and he was corrected on 6 wrong calls by ABS, the automated strike zone system.
Including 2 in a row.
Yeah.
At one point.
Eugenio Suarez, with the bases loaded, was rung up twice on called strikes, both of them overturned to
now, how do you guys feel
at-bat.
about ABS? I kind of like it. I think it's got a game show element to it.
I like it too.
And the thing I like about it is it's fast.
But here's what I want to happen. At 50 overturned calls, an umpire should be suspended. If you have 50 calls overturned, you should be suspended.
Well, take it a step further. 50 overturned calls, you're out.
You think fire somebody?
Or send them down to the
over a season, you're probably going to have more than 50
wait a
over
minute.
a season.
If a player went 0 for 50 at the plate, they would send him down to the minors.
Sure.
Send them up to the minors.
So you're saying 50, you think that's too low?
Let's clarify.
Too high.
So if you guys are the commissioners of baseball, all right?
We're
and you're trying to
co-commissioners.
solve your referee
I'm the smart one. He's the other one.
So over the course of a season, is it 50 at all or 50 in a row?
50 at all.
Okay, 50 at all. That's kind of a low number, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, you're calling what?
Well, how about we make it even more simple?
Well, this
in the
Buckner
NBA, they grade refs after every game.
Yeah.
They grade them after every call. Grade the baseball umpires. The bottom 10% are out.
But here's the thing. Aren't they already grading them by announcing when they get calls wrong? Like publicly, this guy is being shamed and should be.
This is better because it rights a wrong.
Yeah.
And, you and I have said forever, get rid of replay.
Yeah.
Not if it's this fast.
No, this is just tap on the head and
if
it's over.
If it's this fast, I'm all on board. If the NBA and the NFL could do reviews this quickly, I would immediately switch my position on replay.
Didn't somebody almost bat flipped his replay? So basically did the ABS signal and then bat flipped, then walked down the first baseline without even seeing the result because he knew it was a ball.
He knew.
Yeah, Randy Rosarina took off all the equipment before the even pitch showed up on the Jumbotron.
So they rung him up. And
it was a full count. Yeah, they rung him up.
And he just said, there's no way that's a strike. I'm
Challenged
going to first.
Instantly started walking.
But I think, so if the refs and you guys are the commissioner of this baseball league.
Umpires, right?
So the umpires, I keep on saying refs. I don't know why I say
that's all
umpires.
Right. We get it.
50 in a row. What about if the player is wrong 50 times in a row? Should they get something?
Well, we remember when we had Luka on last week, Luke Robitaille. And by the way, tomorrow I think we're getting Andrzej Kopitar.
Yeah,
so
which
if you're
is exciting.
A Kings fan, we're going to have Kopi on
April 2nd is the big night.
What hockey does, and I think this is where you were heading, Em, is if you challenge and the call is correct,
you don't lose it.
No. You get a 2-minute penalty.
Oh.
So here's
if you use it and you're wrong with it.
You and I are skating.
Yeah.
Okay. You trip me.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah.
Your coach challenges. And
right.
said Mason did not trip him, and they go back and look at it. They determine you did trip me. 2-minute penalty on your team because you stopped the game and wasted our time.
Yeah.
You could do that, Emily, in baseball. How about this? If you, Suarez tapped his helmet, he turned out he was right both times. We'll deal with the umpires separately. But if you're wrong twice, it's an out.
Right.
That's how you can get people from over tap. How many do you get now for
2.
ABS? You get 2.
2, and you keep it if you're right.
Per batter or team?
2 per team per game.
So Suarez used both of his teams.
Both of them, yeah.
Well, he was smart.
Knew.
The bases were loaded.
That guy was trying.
Yeah.
He was trying to ring him
right,
up.
too. You keep them. So you could challenge 20 times if you're 20 for 20.
Correct.
But this gets me into another thing I want to bring up. So I think all of us, logically think you want to save your challenges to the end of the game because the end of the game is most important.
Yes.
It might determine the outcome of the
Correct.
game.
Yes.
But is that actually the best time to use your challenges? Is the best time maybe earlier in the game or later?
Right.
What do you think?
I'm glad you brought this up. Michael and I have come to the conclusion that if we were an NBA coach, we would never, ever use a challenge before the fourth quarter, even if we're right. Because, as we've talked about a lot on our show, they screw up replay all the time.
Yep.
You need that challenge in case a game-deciding play decides the game.
Yep.
And so I would always want to finish the game with a challenge rather than empty the tank.
Me too. I would say you've got one to play with and then save
one.
No,
but you don't necessarily, in basketball, you don't have one to play with because if you lose, you're done.
Right, but you've got one to play with in baseball. If you lose the first one, you still have one that you can save for the ninth inning or whenever it's critical, bases loaded situation, all that. So I would save some. You would not save them, or you would save them?
I just think it's like a logical fallacy that the end of the game is the most important place to use a challenge, because that doesn't necessarily determine the results of the game, at least in baseball. Baseball, your most important thing could happen in the second inning, could happen in the fifth inning, or it could happen in the ninth inning. So I think that maybe...
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
This one call, it's a bases loaded, is the best place to do this.
So third inning runners on the corners, do you use a challenge when you think there's a pitch that is close? You can make a point that that's a rally inning, and maybe you should.
And unique to baseball as opposed to basketball is the closers in baseball are sometimes more accurate and better than the starters. So you might have someone like a Aroldis Chapman and Mason Miller.
When Diaz came in on Saturday, he challenged a call early and lost it.
Yes.
But at least he had a challenge left.
But you might be better off. You might be more accurate about getting a call overturned against a starter than you might be against a closer. Or you might be like, oh, that's a strike anyway. It might just be better in baseball to use it earlier rather than later.
Yeah. By the way, the Dodgers, I texted you guys this over the weekend. The Dodgers are like a freaking video game.
Yeah, they really are.
I don't. So I'm watching the game on Saturday, and I'm flipping between the tournament and the Dodgers.
Yes.
And the tournament ends, and I flip over to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are losing 2-1 in the eighth.
Yep.
First guy comes up, gets out. Second guy comes up, gets out. Third guy's Mookie. Mookie walks.
Works a walk.
And Will Smith comes up. Will Smith is 0 for 3.
Yep.
It's the bottom of the eighth inning. There are 2 outs. It's his birthday. It's his bobblehead night. His 2 young daughters threw out the first pitch. So what happens? 2-run homer to left. Dodgers win 3-2. Diaz comes in, closes out the game. The Dodgers are 3-0.
Yep.
All 3 games they've trailed.
Yeah, they were down 2-0 in all 3 games.
And it's just you can't kill them.
P.S. Shohei's only 1 for 8 so far.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even gotten started.
What a bum.
Yeah.
What a bum. Yeah, he's turning into
Send
Aaron
him
Judge.
to the minors. Yeah.
And you know what? I have been eating good at Panda Express because they brought back their deal this year. So if the Dodgers win at home, you get a $7 Panda plate, which is like the 2-item combo.
Yep.
Amazing. Now I'm going to eat Panda Express. No.
Oh.
No, you pay $7.
$7.
Instead of $27.
But it's still a lot of food.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of food.
I
eat at Panda Express a lot.
I don't think I can eat a healthy meal at Panda Express.
That is
sure
true.
you can.
Isn't everything like fried or stir-fried?
Well, there's
or
the
whatever?
teriyaki.
Stir-fried's not unhealthy depending on what
there's
the
some
oil
kind of
they
oil
use.
and stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
The grilled chicken teriyaki.
That's okay?
Very good.
It's grilled.
Oh, it's grilled.
The chow mein, very good.
I will say it's not like eating a salad, but there are healthier options.
So I don't know why this story popped into my head, but they used to have a Sbarro's in Times Square. I was thinking,
they don't anymore? Does Sbarro exist anymore?
If you watch The Office, we would know exactly what thing to quote here, but you don't watch The Office.
I don't. So they give you this container, and they've got an Italian buffet, and you're allowed to fill up the container as much as you want. So I ended up with 1.2 pounds of Italian food in my container, and they charge you by the ounce. It's crazy. And I had eggplant parmesan, I had some chicken parmesan, I had spaghetti, I had rigatoni, I had cannelloni.
Because if you go to like a Mongolian barbecue, you can pile it as much as you want, and it's one price.
But this is, you take a container, a to-go container, and you fill it up with Italian food.
Like at Whole Foods in their hot bar.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that is expensive. I'll tell you
that. Yeah, that is. I don't need an olive bar. Olives are fine. I don't need like 9 varieties of olives.
But I would like to thank the Dodgers for my Panda Express.
There you go. Thank you to the Dodgers. See? The tickets may be expensive, but you're only paying $7 for Panda Express.
Hey, yeah, sure.
Take what you can
get.
get.
By the way, okay, John, let's talk about this before we go to break here. So you brought this refillable cup that people are going crazy for.
Yeah, everyone's mad at the Dodgers because the Shohei Ohtani refillable cup costs $75. Mm-hmm. And everyone is throwing their arms up in the air saying that Dodgers are price gouging $75. Actually, they're not. If you buy the Shohei Ohtani cup, which is just a plastic reusable cup, it is not worth $75. But if you buy it, you get free refills for the season.
Yeah, for the whole year.
If you just drank one Coke, one at every game, and you're a season ticket holder, 81 games.
How much does a Coke cost?
You'd make money.
Normally?
$10. Okay. Your Coke would be a little more than $1.
Your
like
$1 would be
$1.02.
Okay. Who goes to that many games, though? Who goes to every single home game?
Well, season ticket holders.
But
not
even
every season ticket holder goes every game.
But, let's say If you had season tickets, how many games do you think you'd hit of the 81? Roughly.
I think probably 20.
No. If you had season tickets, you'd probably go to like maybe 50.
That's a lot.
And then you give away. Well, yeah, but you're paying for every game.
For every season.
So in this world, I wish I had the time to do this.
Okay, so let's say you go to 50. Mary Hart probably goes to 50 or 60.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
her
okay.
and Bert.
50 games.
Her and Bert are there together.
I get 2 sodas a game.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you get 2 sodas a game, then it's less than $1. But even if you only got 1 a game, it'd be less than $2.
Yeah. The thing
is, so everybody loves to get worked up and scream and yell at it's too expensive. It's too expensive. Do the math. It's not.
Well,
and no one's forcing you to buy.
No, you don't need the
cup.
refillable cup. If you don't go there all the time, you don't need a refillable cup. It's not a keepsake or anything like that. Reality is that Dodger Stadium games are too expensive, but they're able to get it and draw 4 million people to pay that price. So,
right. It's free market, and they put the money back into the team. Yeah. I have 0 problems with how the Dodgers do business.
I think they should lower ticket prices, but that's just me. All right, coming up next for you, we witnessed yesterday one of the greatest comebacks in NCAA tournament history. Wow. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, you listen to the show. You know I love National University, veteran-focused, veteran-founded, and it's your opportunity to get a college degree, even if you think you don't have time or if you think you waited too long. Here's why. NU has more than 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. And the best part is they make it achievable on your schedule. 4 and 8 week online courses, a generous transfer credit policy, millions handed out in scholarships every year. And you're never on your own. Whole team support, professors, advisors, and resources to keep you on track so you can finish strong. So if you're somebody that has a family and you have a job and you want to get a college degree, National University understands you. They're all about anders, people that have a lot of ands, and they're here for all of them. They're a proud sponsor of the Lakers, a proud sponsor of ESPN LA. And if any of this sounds like something you'd be interested in, just go to their website. It'll answer any questions you have. And you will probably find that getting a college degree is not as hard as you think. NU.edu. NU.edu, National University.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Have you ever had a sneeze where you felt like you needed to sneeze?
I hate it, and you lose it.
And then you all of a sudden lose it, but you keep saying, like, hold on, I need to sneeze.
What does staring at the sun do?
Go outside and stare at the sun. You'll sneeze right away.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Really?
Just look at it and go, whoop.
I don't want to sneeze. I already sneezed enough
I'll try
times
that.
today.
Yeah.
And you're a multiple sneezer, too.
I'm a multi-sneezer.
Five.
Especially if you're right on the verge of having a sneeze. You look at that and
You'll go?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Nothing worse than losing a sneeze.
Like
I hate it. You know it's going to be a good one. One of those.
How great is it when you're out there walking by yourself or whatever, and you can just,
oh my God!
Just let
I'm
it
trying
rip.
to make it echo from coast to coast. Yes,
like a grizzly bear's loose in the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
My
adjustment.
My sneezes sound like I'm doing karate. Like it's like a
Well, you got that weird multiple thing going.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1482. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Watching a Laker game is so much more than just a game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, and the food you're sharing. That's why I love BBGO. BBGO is perfect for at-home watch parties or a night of hoops. Their food is bold and packed with flavor, bowls for a quick meal, dumplings and fried rice for everyone at the table. Vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BBGO. Look for BBGO at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. BBGO for it and bring something different to the table.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Get it into Boozer, back for Saar, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. Oh! It's good! We're .3! UConn goes in front!
Out of Indiana, they all can shoot. Nylon from deep, astounding.
The freshman, Braylon Mullins. Wow, what a play. All Duke had to do was hold. Foster, he goes long. It's knocked away and it's over. UConn still has the March magic. The Huskies are once again going to the Final Four.
Listen to Mason and Ireland.
Hey! Well, that was an interesting way. Michael Thompson's here. MT, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, I'm warning for the boozers.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell Ireland always yell at me, no way, I'd rather lose by 40 than to lose like that.
All right, so Mace, what's your answer to that? I give you a choice.
Yep.
You're in the regional final.
Yes.
You can lose by 40 or you can lose like that. Pick your way of loss.
Lose by 40. I don't want to be the team that blew a 19-point lead, that blew a double-digit lead with just 6 minutes left.
To me, I want to have a chance.
You didn't.
No, wouldn't that haunt you, Ireland, the rest of your life?
Maybe.
Wouldn't that haunt you?
Well,
I'd rather be
to your grave.
I'd rather be like, hey, we just got blown out.
Yeah. As a rookie in 1984, my guy James Worthy threw a terrible pass that cost the Lakers a game in Boston, and they lost that series 4-3.
Right.
It didn't haunt him. It didn't stay with him forever. He went on, won multiple titles, won 3 titles with the Lakers, and went to the Hall of Fame. No, but it didn't define him.
I know, but I bet you it still haunts him.
But that's up to them whether it defines. You've got a decision. It's funny. I talked to Patrick McEnroe this last week about this.
You did?
I did.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Where'd you see him?
He's going to be on the
He's
podcast.
on his podcast.
He's going to be on the podcast.
I love that guy.
He's excellent.
Yeah.
But he was talking about the difference is exactly what you said. You have a terrible moment in a game or in tennis. How does that stick with you? And the key is you cannot let that guide you in the future to define you.
I know, but it haunts you.
It haunts you.
Brian Cohen, you got a choice. Lose by 40 or lose like Duke.
Lose by 40.
Yeah.
Am
it
you
would
the
be
same
too
way?
hard to take.
Lose by 40.
I'm the only one that wants to play well.
Just blow it out. I just want to get done with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to. I'd rather be Tennessee lost by 40, I think, to Michigan. I'd rather be Tennessee than Duke.
So, Michael, what should Duke have done on that play?
Oh, my goodness. So many. Well, number one, not blow a 19-point lead.
Yeah,
that's the start right there.
Yeah.
But obviously, when it got down to 2 or 3 points, you got to get the ball inbounds to people you trusted most. And I guess they trusted Caden and Cam the most, the Boozer boys. But in that situation, Caden just panicked.
Right, he didn't need to throw the ball. If he just sits there and waits for him to foul him, then he's fine.
He was going to get fouled, and he still had to step up and make the free throws, of course, with about 3, maybe 4 seconds to go. Yes. You still got to make them.
Or you wait for your coach to call a timeout because the coach had a timeout in his pocket.
Yeah,
they had 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And John Shire was standing right next to the
ref.
So
he panicked.
Yeah, it was the perfect storm.
Yeah.
I was listening to Jay Billis this morning on the Get Up, and he said that the mistake Caden made was he didn't turn and face the defense. He caught it, dribbled, and then jumped, and now he's in no man's land.
Yeah.
He has to pass it. He would have been better off, Mace, if he just threw the ball as high as he could in the air.
Just throw it deeper.
Or just throw way up.
Way up.
I will say, though, there is an instance in which this happened to UVA 3 years ago.
You sent that clip.
In the
it was
first round.
remarkably similar.
It was remarkably similar. And Kihei Clark is short. He's very small. And he was kind of cornered by two guys on Furman. He threw it as far as he possibly could. He wasn't aiming for somebody. A Furman guy got it, shot a three, ended UVA's run that year. And so, even if he threw it as far as he could, not guaranteeing that UConn still wouldn't have gotten the ball.
Yeah, and by the way, we're not talking enough about where that kid shot it from. That
Mullins?
was Steph Curry deep.
Yeah.
By the way,
that was a 40-footer.
Here's a little nugget.
And he stepped into it like it was. Apparently, he was famous for that in high school.
Yeah.
But in this game, he was 0 for 3 from 3. Until he made that shot.
And as soon as he let it go, I knew it was good.
So
so did he.
The guy who was supposed to be covering him is a guy named Isaiah Evans. And he never got to him. He
never put his hands up.
Never put his hands up. Okay, there you go. What do you think his Instagram handle is?
Hands up?
@GetYouHandUp.
Oh, maybe
and
not anymore.
Did not get his hands
up. If
up.
you see John Shire on the sidelines, he had his hands up in the air as if to tell his guys, put your hands up.
Hands up.
And maybe they did. Michael, my best guess is they didn't think anybody would try a 40-footer.
Well, he had to because the time was running out.
Yeah, there was 1 second left.
Yeah,
didn't have
there
time
was no choice.
He didn't have time to pass it.
You know what's funny is, so last week there was an article from The Athletic put out. It's like, is Duke not hated anymore? I would disagree because everybody is joyful in Duke losing. And specifically, I love hearing the Duke radio call complain about the end of this game. You should play it, Base.
Okay, here it is. Here's the Duke call of the end of the game.
Get it in. They do for Boozer. Bobbled it. Back for Starr. Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden. 7 seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the win. Oh, he hit it. With 0.3 of a second to go. Malachi Smith ran off the bench. That should be a technical. But with 0.3 of a second to go, Connecticut has the lead, 73-72.
All right, so a couple things.
Boy, the actual call of the
it sounded like me.
Yeah,
it sounded like me when the Lakers play back.
Yeah.
But he was wrong about Malachi Smith.
Yeah.
Malachi Smith was one of the 5 guys in the game at the time, so he just got confused about that. But Michael, if those refs would have called a technical for him, he was like, Mace, you brought up
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Went head-to-head with one of the officials.
Yeah, he put his forehead against the official's forehead.
If those refs would have called a technical foul and ruined one of the great shots in March Madness history, that's all we'd be talking about today.
Yeah. Being a Barney Fife.
Michael, you weren't here when we were talking about this earlier. I can't decide, and I'll ask you this again tonight when we do the game, but I can't decide if Luka deserves to be suspended tonight. You know how I feel about technicals. I think they give way too many of them out. I think maybe just fine him so much money he'll never do it again. But don't take guys off the court. Mace says, wait a minute. He got 16 technicals. Anybody who can't control themselves and gets 16 technicals deserves whatever punishment they get. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I agree with you. These technical fouls were way too soft to be the way referees enforce them. Just a guy yelling at them. But you do know you have 15. You have to control it. You have to maintain it over the season. I can't get a month before the season's over, so I got to maintain my composure and stop whining to the officials so much. So you have to be aware of that.
But hasn't he kind of done that?
Yeah, he did for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
He stopped getting them.
Did it not make him better, more explosive, more focused when he had to avoid that technical foul?
He kept. He would look at the referee, but he would just keep. Just kept on playing.
Guess what? Let's keep that going.
Selfishly, Michael, and maybe I'm the only person going to this place, but 2 weeks ago, Bam Adebayo dropped 83 on the Wizards. We have the Wizards tonight. Luka's the hottest player on the planet right now. I wanted to see how Luka would
Well, you want to be MVP, drop 50 on OKC next week.
On Thursday.
Is that this Thursday?
We'd play him there this Thursday. We go Michael and I fly to Oklahoma on Wednesday.
And then home.
And then we get him home. But when we get him home, it's the third to the last game at the end of the season.
One seed may be settled.
Well, but right now, they're only up 2 on the Spurs.
They got to keep winning.
So they might still have to play their guys, but I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't want me being on camera today. You just knocked out my camera.
How many more games can Shea afford to miss? Because he's missed a lot.
I think 3.
3 more?
Somebody told me.
Yeah.
Shea or Wemby can only miss 1. Maybe Jokic can only miss 1.
I think Jokic can only miss 1, yeah.
Jokic just got named Western Conference
Sorry
Player
about
of the
that,
Week.
Reese. All right, I want to mention just real quick here before we get to icebreakers. Thank you and congratulations to Ayaz and Yvonne. They are getting married. They are big fans of the show, and we appreciate them. Azaz Merchant and Yvonne Padilla, the Merchants.
Did they invite us?
They invited us. It sounds like they
Did you read the back? There's a long letter on the back.
I read the back. It's very nice. They would like us to be there. They did not give us the actual place where we could give gifts. So
hopefully, if you know them, tell them to reach out to us and let us know where they're registered.
Give a gift.
Are they former Marines?
I don't know that.
The Merchant Marines.
Oh, the Merchant Marines. There you go.
There you go.
Michael. There's
hey, what's
number one?
What's the Icebreakers score? Because it's today and tomorrow, and that's it.
I will have it for you on the other side. And why don't you tell us about BB Go?
I love BB Go. I wish I had BB Go right now. I'm kind of hungry. And BB Go is perfect for Lakers watch parties. Like if you're having a bunch of people over tonight to watch the Wizards and see how many points the Lakers throw up against them, get some BB Go. It's bold, packed with flavor, but also comforting. They got bowls, they got dumplings, they got fried rice. BB Go loves to go all in. So the next time you're gathering with friends or family, vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BB Go. You can get it at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. I always have some of this stuff in my freezer. It's perfect whenever you're hungry. You can't decide what you want. Just heat up some BB Go, and you're good to go. BB Go for it, and bring something different to the table.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
Tonight, another tough opponent. Another chance to defend their home floor. The Purple and Gold welcome the Wizards to downtown LA for a Monday night showdown.
Ron alley-oop, slam dunk, Jackson Hayes. Perfect passing by the Lakers.
Your LA Lakers host the Washington Wizards. Coverage begins tonight at 5:30 p.m.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade-down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wondrous Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
ESPN LA family, on personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand. 2026 marks 15 years that you've trusted me to represent you. When you're hurt and down, I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is a voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
And it is Mason and Ireland on ESPN LA. It's time for Icebreakers. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka. The finest vodka sourced from Idaho potatoes. Get it? Idaho, Johnny I, the Idaho compound. Enjoy Blue Ice Classic Vodka or their unique flavors like Huckleberry and Double Espresso. Find Blue Ice in stores and ask for them by name. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer.
All
Emily.
right, Em, what is our scoreboard? By the way, we welcome to the show now the great Pepe Mantilla. Pepe, what's up?
Hi, everybody. What a nice way to start the week.
Yes, very nice.
Two Laker games right out of the gate.
How about that?
Hey, Pepe, real quick. Would you rather lose by 40 or lose by 1?
The way Duke lost.
Oh, I hate to lose by 1.
I'm the only one that wants to lose by one. Everybody else wants to lose by 40.
No, by one. I mean, by 40, you said, oh, well.
Yeah.
But by one, I mean, you're fighting
But then
all
I
the
know
way.
I gave a competitive effort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, so you're with me or you're against me?
No, I hate to lose by one.
You would rather lose by 40?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it doesn't haunt you.
You're the only one.
It doesn't haunt you as much.
You're
Yeah.
All right. Em, what's our score say?
Well, you probably won't lose by one, John, because you are ahead. John, you have 55 points this month. Mace has 38 points. Brian, 17. And then the others have 13.
All right, but this is double.
It
right?
is.
So if you get it out of the gate, you get it out of the gate, you pass.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
And I don't know, maybe Michael will win this one. Who knows?
Ooh.
So for 20 points.
Must be somebody black.
I was born in 1887, and I died in 1953.
Okay.
It's an old time.
Pepe?
Which actress is this, Pepe?
For 18 points. I've been in 73 films, and most of them Western.
Oh, it is an actress.
Or an actor.
For 16 points. Jason Momoa has portrayed me on TV.
Wow.
On TV.
For 14 points.
Okay.
There's a town named after me in Pennsylvania.
I have to
shot?
take a shot.
You don't have to. There's one more day, but you can if you want to. Take it.
I will try Roy Rogers.
That is incorrect. It's not right.
Not a bad guess.
No, it's in the ballpark.
For 12 points. I was a charter member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1963.
So it's got to be somebody that was an unbelievable
Was
player.
in 73 movies.
And
For
he's
10
in the
points.
Pro
Pepe,
Okay, go Pepe.
Jim Thorpe.
It is Jim Thorpe!
Jim Thorpe!
Way to go! Great job, Pepe!
I get double, right?
Yes,
You
double.
get 12 points. That's the double.
So, Pepe, what was he like?
Yeah.
If you don't know who Jim Thorpe is, let me list off the rest of these. Because Brian, do you know who Jim Thorpe is?
No clue.
Oh, come on.
Here's the rest.
Pre-BC.
I was an Olympic decathlete and pentathlete, and I competed at the 1912 Olympics in Sweden. I was a professional baseball player. I played for the New York Giants, Cincinnati Reds, and Boston Braves. I retired from football at 41 after playing 52 games for 6 different teams in professional football. And I was the first Native American to win a gold medal at the Olympics for the United States.
There you go.
And he's famous for one great quote when the king congratulated him for his gold medal. Thanks, King.
Thanks, King.
That's all he said.
Is
Thanks,
that
King.
really what he said?
Shout out, King.
So how many points for the others?
That was 12. So
12.
others have just 25.
25. So,
And John has 50?
Has 55.
Yeah.
The others
Okay.
cannot win.
Yeah, we don't need the scoreboard at the moment, Pepe.
John, can you tell us who sponsors this segment?
Yeah, I can. It's my buddies at Blue Ice Vodka, America's largest potato vodka, double gold rated, 64 calories an ounce, made from Idaho potatoes, clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka, premium taste, nothing extra. By the way, most vodka is made from corn. The reason Blue Ice is so good, it's made from potatoes. Ask for it by name. Try it. Everybody I've turned on to it loves it.
Pepe, did Luka deserve the suspension in your mind for tonight?
Deserved the technical, I think. Is the question.
Resulting in a
I
suspension.
think that, who was the ref? Remember?
I don't, but
he was apparently
here's
bad.
here's the thing I struggle with, Pepe. I can't decide if Luka deserves to be suspended or not. I tend to think that they call too many technical fouls in the NBA. So would it work if we just find him on an escalating scale to the point where if Luka gets 16 technicals, he gets fined like $1 million, but he doesn't get suspended? Or do you think he's never going to shut up unless you suspend him for a game?
Well, that's a good idea, but I mean, and on the other hand, the players are picking on Luka because they won the technical.
Right.
And that was the case of Williams. Williams was
Zaire
on
Williams.
top of him.
Right.
And he's just, you cannot even compare him with Luka.
Right.
And Luka has to, somehow, somebody has to tell him, everybody's going to be after you. You have to
but
be
he's
smart.
been pretty good over the last 2 weeks.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And he got this for not talking to a ref, but for talking to another player.
Yeah, and by the way, after this, you can get one technical, and then the next one you get suspended again. It's every two once you get past.
But there
the
are
first number.
there are players that never understand that. And remember Wallace?
Rasheed Wallace got 43 technicals one year.
See, and I don't get it. And I knew this wasn't going to be rescinded. The other one, remember, I sent you the message about this could be rescinded. Remember, John?
No, they couldn't do it twice.
Yeah, otherwise it'll show favoritism.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, they couldn't do it twice.
Technicals are high in the NBA with 44% of technicals called in games with a score margin of 5 points or less.
Referees.
So some of this stuff is deciding games.
Mace, I'm telling you, in Michael's day, if Michael never got a technical, but if somebody would have MF'd the ref, they would say, "Shut up, you big baby, and play."
I don't know why they don't do that. This is Adam Silver. Why is Adam Silver not having better refs out there?
Fans like to see players sometimes get into it
By
with
the
the
way,
ref.
don't they have like seminars where they get everybody together and Adam Silver says, "Look, you're going to call this, you're not going to call that. If he yells at you, that's not a technical. If he touches you, then it is a technical." I mean, why don't they have that going on? John says there are only 5 good refs in the league.
I say there's only 5 refs in the league that don't call excessive technical.
I think the ref was Sean Wright.
And he's a veteran ref.
Yeah, and it really, that play, I don't think it was a technical for both. Maybe a foul
Pepe,
for
what
each
I'm advocating is eliminate the rule that says if you get 16 technicals, you're suspended for a game. I just think those people should be fined, not suspended.
Yeah, that would be good, and even it's good for the fans because you know how many people want to bought tickets for this game.
I know.
You remember, all the people that pay and buy tickets to see people whine and bitch and complain about their referees?
But how many?
Nobody.
But Mace,
it's not entertaining.
How many of those people pay tickets to watch the referees at all?
Right. No. But the point is, when you get down to it, there's too much complaining. And I think that's what the NBA is trying to address. Get back, play defense,
you don't
stop
think
complaining.
that is what they're trying to
yeah.
address.
I mean, nobody wants to see complaining.
One of the best referees, in my opinion, Zach Zarba.
Yeah, that's John's favorite.
I think he's the best ref in the league because he hardly ever calls technical fouls. And you can talk to him.
Last time that he came and did a game, I saw him in the parking lot. I was talking to him. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, and he would say, like if you came up to him and you MF'd him and yelled at him, he would say, "Are you done?"
Right.
Let me tell you what I saw. And if I got it wrong, I apologize, but here's what I saw. Now, we could sit here and argue about this for another 10 minutes, or we could play. What do you want to do?
Right.
And if the guy still won't shut up, then maybe Zach will say, if you don't shut up, I have to give you a technical. Are you going to shut up? Most refs now don't do that. They just give the tech and ask questions later.
But you guys are acting like Luka doesn't have responsibility in this. He does have responsibility in this. Sure. He's an adult person. He could choose not to go back and forth with the refs, but he doesn't choose that. He gets a suspension, and if this game meant something more than it does tonight, he would have been costing his teim. I think it's more on Luka than it is on these refs.
By the way,
which is a valid opinion.
I also think that in Luka's head, he was thinking, I'm not needed for Washington, so I don't mind if it gets.
No, I don't think.
Are you putting this game in the fridge?
I'm not, but I hope they bury him.
Don't worry, I know someone that will do it for you.
Even in that Brooklyn game, I mean, that was scary for a long time until Brooklyn pulled their starters.
I knew they were.
Brooklyn pulled their starters in the fourth quarter. That really helped our cause.
But that is worse than the technicals. What they did.
Taking their starters out?
They take the team out, and then the guy uses all his timeouts, and there's 6 minutes.
There's 8 teams in the league doing this. There are 8 teams tanking, including the one we're playing tonight.
Yeah. By the way, tonight, no Marcus Smart. He's out, and Luka obviously out because of the suspension.
So who's going to start? Luke?
No. I think he could. What I think they're going to do.
I think they'll start Jake.
Jake is going to start for Smart. But the question is, who starts for Luka?
Just start Bronny.
Well, they could start Bronny. Bronny's been playing late.
He's been playing good.
I think they're going to start Rui and move Jake to the backcourt.
Okay.
So the starters would be Austin, Jake, Rui, Ayton, and LeBron.
So Reeves is going to bring the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, look, there's no question.
But they could start Kennard.
If I had a choice between Bronny and Dalton Connect, who went in the first round, I'd take Bronny every day of the week. Bronny has been totally. Oh, come on! He can't. If he could play, he wouldn't be.
They've
sitting.
lost faith in him, but I wouldn't give up on him yet.
I'll take Bronny over.
He's not
Connect.
giving up. He's giving his opinion, Michael, and I agree with you.
He's giving up. He's giving up on Connect.
Yes. Bronny has played in 12 South Bay Laker games.
Yes.
What do you think the South Bay Lakers record is in those games?
Probably 11-1.
12-0.
12-0. There you go.
It's the Bronny factor.
The Bronny factor.
Yeah.
All right,
and then also it depends on the temper that you have. I mean, some players just have little to wait
They
when
have
they
a short
tell you
fuse?
short fuse. No, really, seriously.
Like you. You've got a short fuse.
Latino heat, like you.
No. There are players that have short fuse.
Yes, they do. They're just
You got a short
generally
fuse,
speaking.
Pepe. You come in here and yell at me all the
you come
time.
in and yell at everybody,
Yeah.
Pepe.
You guys
It's like
have
Pepe comes in here, Bigfoots everybody.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's the Pepe
Right.
show.
That's right.
You
My
guys have
God,
short
Pepe.
fuse.
Oh, there you are. There you go.
There you go, just yelling at us again.
You know.
Hot meat kettle.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing. I don't worry about stupidity.
See, there you
Okay,
go.
got it.
Yeah,
Again.
attacking us again.
It took Pepe,
Pepe.
21 minutes to call us stupid.
Pepe, short fuse. All right, sports graffiti time. Everything is on the table. Dodgers come out of the box 3-0. Edwin Diaz, 2 saves. And a live trumpet performance.
I like that.
I thought that was super cool.
Both times.
Yep. And let me see what else. Obviously, Lakers, 3 bad quarters and 1 really good quarter Friday night against Brooklyn. They're in action tonight against Washington. You also got that thriller of a finish between Duke and UConn. And John's question, would you rather lose by 1 or lose by 50? So far, John's the only one
I
that
think I'm going to die on that
that
hill.
wants to take a dagger in the heart.
Yeah.
All right, 877-710 ESPN. Sports Graffiti's next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
There's a guy that comes out of nowhere, and you see him in the review. They zoom up right to your butt. They're going 120.
Yeah.
You hate that.
Yeah.
Do you hate that? Does everybody hate that?
Yeah, it's awful.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Just move over, let the guy go by, and zip. Everybody goes on about their day.
So what the real move is, though,
yes.
you speed up and get to a car that's next to you, and then just go about the same exact speed as the car next to you.
Do you do that?
And
Do you
then-
do that?
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
And then they're stuck, and they can't go anywhere, and they want to go 120, but they have to go down to 65, and it's so good. It feels so good.
Why do you do that? Why does that feel good?
It was
I
so
thought
good
I
on a
was
2-lane
petty.
highway. It's amazing.
You're worse. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Travis is so mad now.
DeAndre, you're the face of everybody out there now.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka, vodka with standards.
Hey guys, it's tournament time, and Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning for bold flavor in every bite. All tournament long, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, available for delivery or carryout. When the games heat up, keep the Pizza Hut coming. Cut down the nets with the $10.99 large 3-topping pizza deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app and bring home the win.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And you know it's time for Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland. This is where you call in and talk to the fellas.
877-710-ESPN.
That's right, that number is back. It's not a mistake. Big voice guy, do it one more time.
877-710-ESPN.
You get to talk to Mason and Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason and Ireland.
Rick Vega, I'm the reigning champ of the Mason and Ireland Poker Invitational.
Gregory Mendez, Port Hueneme, California.
Why do you want Mason and Ireland?
Well, I love them because they're there every day for me. They're consistently giving out some funny takes, being goofy, and to be honest, we need it in a time like this, so I love it.
Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. Sports graffiti time. Why don't I do it today? Let me have the phones. Let's go to Mateo in Covina. Mateo, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Real quick. First of all, I'm a big fan of John Ireland, but, man, I feel like he's really off base with these technical fouls. First of all, I was courtside one time when DeMarcus Cousins got a technical foul.
Right.
And that went way past – he went way past MFers. Some of the things he said – this rule is only 20 years old, and Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, they didn't get it because they complained. They got it because they were dirty players. I feel like a lot of these rules, and these are player problems. This isn't a league problem. These are player problems, honestly.
All right. Mateo, you're on board with just keep giving them all technicals. You're okay with how many technicals the refs call?
Do you remember what it was like those years before they implemented it in 2006? Yeah, Rasheed Wallace got 45 technical fouls.
That was one guy.
It gets pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
That was
That's the reason why they made the rule.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I think there are too many of them.
That was one guy. When I was in the league, it wasn't a problem.
Michael, John told me you never had a technical, and my first reaction was, boy, he wasn't aggressive.
Oh, no, I was a great defensive player.
Yeah.
I just, when the refs were
and
calling
humble,
foul,
complain.
and humble, too.
I didn't like the call.
You never
but-
got in the face of an official.
No, I would say I think you missed that call, but I wouldn't be demonstrative about it.
Let's go to Solomon in Lake Balboa. Solomon, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, man, what's happening?
Hey, I'm good, guys. Thanks so much. You know, there's this talk about did UConn win it or did Duke blow it? A little of each, okay? Did Duke blow it at the end of the game? Yeah, I'm calling it the Boozer Bumble. He didn't have to get it in the front court. He went on instinct. I don't blame the kid. If you're in a car and you start to skid, hey, don't hit the brakes. What do? You hit the brakes. You can't help it. And the shot, did UConn win it? The shot was beautiful. That was a great shot. You remember weeks ago I called about the Otigo Owe shot? Yep. That was a fling and a prayer to God. This was a beautiful, made, calculated three.
Right. Yeah, but and I was stunned how easy the guy made it. I mean, he made it look like a free throw from 40 feet.
It seemed really pure. Like you said, I felt like right away, that's going in.
As soon as he left his hand. But guys like Luka, Damian Lillard, Steph, Clay, they shoot from that range all the time.
Yeah.
No big deal anymore.
But college kids.
Well, they can do it too. Are you kidding me? In AAU ball, they all think they're Steph Curry.
Let's go to Abraham in Long Beach. Abraham, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, man?
Good afternoon, everyone. Saludos, Don Jose, and honored to say hello to Michael Thompson from the greatest Showtime Lakers. Lakers doing well, but in true Angelino fan fashion, I'm going to find something to complain about.
Good.
What is going on with the Clippers and the Kawhi situation? Did I miss something? Are they going to skate on all that? I haven't heard anything.
Nobody cares.
I hear what you guys say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Abraham?
I think Michael's right. I don't think anybody cares.
We forgot about it.
Yeah, I totally. What was it again?
I don't know. Some
about
trees.
Kawhi and a tree.
Yeah, but something has to happen.
I think something will happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to be serious.
They'll take away 3 second-round picks and let's move on.
That.
Yeah. And by the way, I think we should find a tree company to sponsor some of our players too. Let's go to David and Whittier. Hey, David, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is my second time calling. I just wanted to kind of pivot a little bit. It is about sports, but it is also a little human related. I heard you guys talking right before we went to break, or you guys went to break, about the trumpet player for Edwin Diaz and how awesome she is.
Her name is Tatiana
awesome.
Tate.
Tatiana Tate. I know her personally. We went to college together, Cal State Fullerton. She was one of my best friends there. She's amazing. She's played with Stevie Wonder. She was on the Tiny Desk on Dochi. She's played with Lizzo, toured all over the country.
Okay, so David, do you know if they're going to let her do that as much as she's available, or was this just something that they did in the first weekend home series?
I would hope so, just because that's an awesome gig, just to be there, just to kind of wait to see if he comes in. But I did want to say real quick, the discourse that is online regarding her about being the trumpet player, saying that she's terrible, that she's a DEI hire, that she's only there because
hey David,
she's a woman. It's
David.
Ridiculous.
Let me give you some advice of somebody that's been in the public eye for 25 years. Everybody hides behind a keyboard online. Don't pay any attention to it. People that are unhappy love to tear other people down.
Yeah,
good for her. She's killing it. I wouldn't pay. I literally would let that just completely go into the ether.
I think the whole we need a white dude to play the trumpet thing is ridiculous. That's just great. She killed it. I mean, she was fantastic.
What difference does it make if she's red, brown, blue, black, green, yellow, gay, straight? If she nails the song, she nails the song, and she's 2 for 2.
It was so much drama the way she played it.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it is really dumb. Let's go to Heather in Palmdale. Hi, Heather. You're on Sports Graffiti. What are you doing?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Great. Good.
Good. So at the start of the season, I just had to go to the Will Smith bobblehead night. That's the only one that I knew I had to go to. So my husband and I we were there. We were seated at the upper deck.
Heather, tell me you stayed through the 8th inning.
Oh, you better believe it. I was sitting there, and we're there, and Will Smith is up, and I'm just like, if something doesn't happen, we're not going to get the trumpets. And I've been to other games where he's had a home run on his bobblehead night, and I just was willing it to happen. And oh my goodness, for him to hit that, it was electric after that, because the crowd was, obviously out of it before that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my goodness, we're going to hear the trumpets, and it was so electric, so amazing, such a great experience. And so that might be our only time this year for my husband and I, but
good
it was,
pick.
Good. Well done.
Good
well
choice,
done.
Heather.
By the way, it's such a different experience to know you're going to the 9th inning with Edwin Diaz. It's like I had known, I wasn't nervous.
Dodger games right now are like going to Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth.
It is.
Even when they're down every game, and they've been down in all 3 games 2-0, you never worry because somebody is going to step up.
Yep.
And for Will Smith to do it on his bobblehead night, on his birthday, when his 2 young daughters threw out the first pitch, and then immediately go to Diaz with the trumpets was literally like a TV
fantastic.
show.
By the way, did you know
They're like a reality
Diaz
show.
says he did not know they were going to play it live. Diaz says, I was surprised. I heard a trumpet sounding before I was coming out. I said, no way. They got a live trumpet. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and I know fans enjoyed it, too.
Yeah, I would hire that girl.
So they surprised Edwin Diaz.
It sounds like that girl's an accomplished musician.
Oh, she was tremendous.
But so I doubt she'd be available for all 81. But on nights that she's available, give her a seat in that reserve section right by the dugout and turn her loose.
Absolutely. Let's go to Jose and Downey. Hi, Jose. You're on Sports Graffiti. What are you doing, man?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I got to say this. I mean, I thought about saying it, but I got to say it. John, you're an idiot.
Okay, how?
Man, the Luka thing, man. It's just you can't just try to he got his one rescinded already. At some point, like I think Michael had said this, you got to know. I think May said it. You got to know I'm at this tipping point. I want to be on the court as much as I want to. I just got to maybe not get myself in trouble.
So you're okay with suspending players who have excessive technicals? Because I would just fine them.
Yes, because I mean at some point it's kind of like you're not. I don't think they're gonna do something where they're gonna fine you millions and millions of dollars, right? That's the only thing that would hurt some of these bigger players. So I mean, I don't think you're going to go to that excessive amount. At least I don't think the league would do that.
Yeah. Jose, I would argue that if you had, we just had that girl Heather on, and she said she had enough money to afford one game, and she went to the Dodgers Will Smith bobblehead night, and she lucked out. It was great. If you're a fan and you had tickets for tonight's game, and this is the only game you could afford to go to, and the tickets are expensive, the NBA took Luka out of the game. The NBA did that. I mean, just fine him and turn him loose. People are paying to see Luka.
So what? This is interesting. You're saying a fine. How would you calculate a fine?
Escalating scale.
Okay, but so let's say he is where he is. He's at 16.
So I would start $3,000 for the first fine. So you would do 16 times 3, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And if you want to say if you go over 15, it's $500,000 every time you do it, and then it goes to $1 million. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, see, I'm a big fan of control yourself, get back, play defense. That's what I'm a fan of.
Well, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's almost $1 million.
Yeah, his fines
16,
right now.
The 16.
Yeah.
According to you,
I just don't want to take.
No, it's not. 264,000 he's missing.
Well, he's
almost
fined for every
that's
game
just
so far.
I thought it was $1 million.
No, but Michael, that's just his salary that he's missing for being suspended. What I'm saying is, fine him for every technical he gets, and fine him more for each one.
They do that already. They do fine already per technical, and then after 15 is
they do.
Suspension.
Yeah, it goes up. The first 5 are, if I'm mistaken, 1,000 each. After that, The next 5 is $2,000 each.
Okay.
Then the third 5 is $3,000 each.
Yeah, that's not really going to.
No, but what John is saying should be 300,000 for each one.
What I'm saying is
5% of your salary if you hit 16.
Players Association would never agree to that.
Yeah. But the problem is, why did they agree to this?
But at least you're not losing money every gigantic amounts of money.
He's losing $264,000.
But it takes 16 times to actually wind up there.
I mean, that's a gigantic amount of money to me.
Coming up next for you, the great KitKat heist of 2026.
Yeah, there's something I don't understand about this, so I'm glad we're talking about it.
And Mark Cuban's got a suggestion for how to fix tanking. Oh, another suggestion
Mine's still
on
the
how
best.
to fix tanking. We'll do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Actually, you guys will like this one. It's different. 710 ESPN.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
And did you know that Meghan Trainor and her husband, Daryl Sabaro, have 2 toilets in the same bathroom that they can use?
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those double toilets where she's facing one way and he's facing the other way, and they can sit there together?
Originally, there was a picture of the toilets when they were selling the house that they were in previously, that they were side by side. Mm-hmm. So like a stall, but no divider in the middle.
Ugh.
But now their new house, according to them, has face-to-face, knees to knees.
Oh my gosh. Really? Wow.
Cappy, would you do it for the
figured
bit?
this could be a great move for you two.
Cappy, we should do it for the bit.
Pull the Meghan Trainor, Daryl Sabara.
Just you and I looking into our eyes, knees barely touching.
Gross.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
ESPN LA family, on personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand. 2026 marks 15 years that you've trusted me to represent you. When you're hurt and down, I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is a voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always COSM. Here's your COSM calendar for the week of March 30th. It's Final Four time, and there's no better way to experience it than at COSM. COSM features a massive 87-foot wraparound LED display where you're right in the middle of all the action, every block shot, every three-pointer, and every slam dunk. You've never seen anything like COSM. The Final Four is Saturday, and on Sunday, the NCAA Women's Championship game starts at 12:30. With limited tickets available, the Lakers are on a roll with 2 major matchups this week at OKC Thursday at 6:30, and again on Sunday versus the Mavs at 4:30. Plus, there are showings throughout the week of The Matrix, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and Mr. Ray by Cirque du Soleil. COSM also has an elevated menu of appetizers, entrees, and desserts for both adults and kids, with bars on every level, including the deck. Whether you're enjoying the games from the Dome or the Hall, your entertainment this week lives at COSM. Visit COSM.com right now for a list of all events. That's your COSM calendar.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087, or simply visit TRA.com.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
I'm not a prude.
You are.
I'm not.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
I do not believe I am at all prude. I'm like the least prudish person you know.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that KitKat bar. Give me a break.
So the great KitKat heist of 2026 happened last week as Swiss food giant Nestle had 12 tons of KitKat chocolate candy bars stolen from its production site in Poland. That is 413,793 KitKat bars.
Okay, so I have a question about this.
Yes.
Their stock went down. They said they're going to have supply chain issues.
Yeah.
For 430, don't they make millions of these things?
You would think so, right? You would think so. My question is, what if of all the things you're going to steal, if you're going to steal
And
a
what do
truck,
you do
what
with-
good is it with candy bars?
Yeah, and what do you do with the Kit Kats after you
Yeah.
steal them?
I think it's like
Do you just eat them?
No, I think it's like black market. You take them to the black market, buy some back alley KitKat
You like
bars.
go see Chris Morales and say, put these in your vending machine?
Or
I
it's
mean,
like kids selling them in like the parking lot, being like, "Oh, I'm trying to save my basketball team. Here's these Kit Kat bars." and
That's
stuff
true.
like that.
A lot
They
of
do
that. Do you give when you see that?
I don't.
Do you give when you see the kid with candy bars?
They're outside of Crypto.com arena every game.
Yeah, and by the way, one of them is going to get killed. Do you guys not know about this?
No.
On Chickern after games.
Yeah. Out here.
There are 7 or 8 kids who stop traffic with boxes of candy and try and get you to roll your window down to buy them, and they have no regard for how fast anyone's
Right.
going. They'll just jump right in front of you.
Right.
And I have no idea why LA Live allows it. And it's been going on,
Yeah.
Michael, for 10
Yeah,
years.
that's so dangerous.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
I mean, one of
yeah,
those kids,
yeah.
one of those kids is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And yet nobody stops it.
You know, do you know, Michael, that you know how it always smells so good when you walk out of Crypto or you walk out of SoFi and they're doing those hot dogs and it's like, oh, damn.
Yep.
Do you realize that all those hot dog carts are owned by one guy?
No way.
Yeah. Company owns all
Really?
of those
Is
carts.
it Frank McCourt?
No, you would think so. No,
Yeah.
it's like a hot dog syndicate. It's like, I mean,
And
they're
they
all
rent
owned
them
by
to
one
these
guy.
individual people. It's kind of like a medallion for like taxi cabs.
Yes.
It's like you can rent them out to these people, and then they make the money off of it, and then they have to give a portion back to the person that owns it.
Right. There you go.
Do they have permits to do that?
I don't know.
Or can you just set up your cart on a public street and just sell?
You'd have to ask Big Hot Dog about that. I
And
do
do
not
you know who the owner is?
I do not, Pepe.
Oh.
Is this a
guys,
pop quiz? Am I
don't know.
Am I on a show?
Then if you don't know who it is, I'm going with Frank McCourt.
Okay,
Yeah.
Frank
If
McCourt.
you guys
right.
had to steal 413,000 pounds of something,
Yep.
what would it be?
Ooh, gold.
Yeah, gold is good.
Jeez.
Cash is
No,
good.
what if it was a food item?
Yeah.
Something
Okay, it's
edible.
got to be food.
Something
Well,
edible.
wine.
Ready
Okay.
Whip?
Ready
Ready Whip.
Ready
wine.
whip for Mace. Pork chops for me. How about you, Pepe?
Probably rice because I love rice.
You love rice. Okay,
That's a lot of rice,
That's
man.
a lot of rice.
I know, but I
Take
love
some time
rice.
to work your way through it.
All right,
Michael,
another
you're
que-
wine, right?
Wine, yeah.
Well,
Take
you
the
can
wine.
eat rice any place in the world.
That is true. Any place you can eat rice.
Another thing I want to throw out: if you had to pull off a heist and
Mhm.
you had to have 2 other people with you to do this heist,
Okay.
who would you do it with?
Would you
Just
mean
in,
like
in this room or
in
anywhere
your
in
life,
the
but
world.
like someone we know. You could say one, but like who else would you put in?
So it's got to be somebody you trust, and it's got to be somebody that's not going to freak out in a heist.
Okay, can I just throw out a random name of somebody that I know that would be good for
Yes.
this? That Shane Martin. Shane Martin would be killer in this. He's got a scheming way about him. He's in really good shape. He's
Who are you talking about?
Shane Martin, a friend of mine. Shane
Oh.
Martin.
I don't know.
would
Do
be
I
good
don't know
for
if
it.
I know him.
Do you have a friend that would be good in a heist? Anybody from the neighborhood? Anybody from Idaho? Who would be good in a heist? Who in your life?
I would probably take Michael, and I know a whole bunch of Lakers security guys who are former LAPD and would probably know where all the
yeah.
landmines are.
Yeah.
So if we took like John Stern and Rick Williams, Michael, we'd be
Yeah.
in pretty good shape, wouldn't we?
I would, definitely. I would take Stu Lance because he's so smooth he could talk his way into anything.
He probably could. You're
And I
right.
would take Mike Trudell because he's so small he could fit into anything.
You know what? It would be. You know what would be great is you saw Ocean's 11, right? There was a little
Yeah,
guy,
the Asian acrobat.
The Asian acrobat fit into that little cart. That would be perfect.
That's why you take
for
Trudell.
Trudell.
I will take Brian Cohen. Because
Brian
he's
Cohen be
so
good.
cool, you know.
Yeah.
Cool for a reason.
Lay back.
And he's
all
like
that.
MacGyver. He
Laid
could fix
back.
it. He could fix
All
anything.
right.
And
Laid
a friend of mine that he's very, very short for that reason. He lives in Mexico. Ruben Ramirez.
Ruben Ramirez.
And he was
Ruben,
really
we're
fast.
thinking about
Ruben?
you.
All right, the Ontario Tower Buzzers opening day is this Thursday,
Is that a
April
minor
the
league
2nd.
baseball
Yes,
team?
it is, the brand new one. Travis and Sua Cravens there, broadcasting live from 3 to 5 as the Buzzers take on Lake Elsinore to kick off their inaugural season. Hang out, catch the show, and be part of opening day with ESPN LA. So Mark Cuban's got a concept for tanking that actually I think it goes beyond tanking. It also helps with the load management.
All right, let me hear it.
He would like to keep the 82-game schedule.
Okay. That's good because they are keeping it.
Yeah.
But reduce the games to 40 minutes. 10-minute quarters.
And what are you going to do with all the advertising? These people are nuts.
That's not.
But it is a way to dial back minutes. Like, for example, Austin Reeves plays 40 minutes every game.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, there should be.
I like my idea better.
Which is?
Back up the season, start it 2 weeks earlier, and get rid of all the back-to-back.
That's the best idea of them all. I don't know what's wrong with these people. They just can't come up with that on their own.
He says, by the way, works for college, works for international, works for the WNBA, and if you're looking at TV and streaming ratings, the less the actual playing time for a televised game, the bigger the ratings.
Does he not understand how much money they generate from advertising?
Oh, sure.
All right,
you're
then.
going
to take off 8 to 10 minutes of advertising?
If I tell you it means everybody's going to play every game, is that not worth it?
And players will take less money, $4 or $5 million a year less? No.
Wait, why does it mean that it'd be less advertising? You can
because
make the breaks
you
longer.
don't have a longer time.
Just
the
take
games
longer
aren't as long.
breaks.
You can make the longer breaks, not the game.
No, you don't. But what's wrong with you people? I played in this league.
Yeah,
I played 80 games, 82 games sometimes. When I
State
walked
coaches,
uphill both ways to the game, barefoot, it's not that hard.
Look at a
If you
calendar.
take care of yourself.
With no shoes.
Look at a
Exactly,
calendar. It's
Pepe.
2026
I played in
now.
Chuck Taylor's, but with straw shoes.
All right,
It
coming up-
ain't that hard.
Wait,
All right,
Stop
Michael.
complaining.
Straw shoes? Is that for real?
That's right.
Straw,
That's what-
shoes
it's-
made
But
of
I-
straw.
That's right.
I get his point, though, is that I think if you're taking games away, if you're shortening the season at all, in terms of 82 games or not, no owner will ever say yes to that because of the money they lose of ticket sales. I think if you're not going to reduce the amount of games, I think this is a fine solution.
Yeah, and by the way,
everybody at the top of the Laker organization says
What do you guys-
anytime we talk about this and somebody brings up the idea of playing less games.
But this isn't less games.
I'm just saying, but anybody who's like Steve Kerr is advocating for less games.
Yep.
It is a complete non-starter.
Just an
Absolutely will not happen.
Just an example: when the games are broadcast nationwide, the timeouts when they go to
They're longer timeouts.
They're longer
yeah.
timeouts,
Right?
Because they're paying
When
a
it's
lot of money
national.
for that.
Yep. Hey, by the way, Pepe, are you wearing straw shoes today? Straw shoes are a new thing. Everybody's wearing them. John, you have straw shoes. Shoes made of straw.
Yes. Coconut shoes.
Coconut shoes.
That's
There
right.
you go. All right, coming up next, Luka's case for MVP. Is it heating up? We will do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Pepe's here. Michael's here. By the way, do you have Pepe's call? We'll do that coming up. Pepe's call of the Luke Kennard game-winning shot from the Orlando game. We'll do that coming up, too. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, you heard me earlier in the show talking about Blue Ice Vodka. It is America's largest potato vodka, and it's rated double gold. It's also one of the lowest calorie vodkas on the market, gluten-free, non-GMO, crafted to elevate every sip. Their classic potato vodkas, just 64 calories per ounce. Now, while all of that is true, there's one reason why you should try Blue Ice. It just tastes great. They've got 3 flavors: classic potato vodka, huckleberry, or double espresso. They're all great. When Blue Ice says vodka with standards, they mean it. No additives, no artificial flavors, no hidden sugars, just clean, premium vodka. If you try Blue Ice, I've turned so many different people onto it, and everybody says, man, it's great. The huckleberry goes great with lemonade. You can pick this up at a grocery store. You can pick it up at most liquor stores. And don't forget the double espresso, a double gold winner for Vodka of the Year. You just shake that over ice and pour it. Blue Ice Vodka. Clean, American-made, vodka with standards. Blue Ice.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
You're just starting to see more consistent performances. I think that the understanding of what's being asked is more obvious, and it's not a direct criticism of LeBron. It's just, it's easier when there's one less option there.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
The guy that keeps coming up in all this, and we don't talk about him unless he screws something up, is JJ. JJ is the guy with his hands on the controls. He must see this. He must know this.
Sure.
Or maybe he disagrees with us.
With just Luka and with just Reed, it's less cluttered. And I think that's the perfect description. It's just easier. And not that they don't have flaws. They do. These are things that are starting to come together where it's not the sampler's getting larger and larger, and the answer is remaining the same.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
Time to sell your house? Call Seller's Advantage at 888-450-AS-IS. They will buy your home with a competitive cash offer. No need for repairs. So you can close in days. 888-450-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Up in Realty DRE number 019152112. If relaxation were a job, I'd be Employee of the Month. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Eddie Griffin brings a laugh riot of raw, unfiltered hilarity exclusively to Morongo, April 17th.
Number 2.
Easter brunch at the marketplace. We'll have you hopping back for seconds, thirds, and fourths.
And the number 1 reason.
Our Thursday poolside tribute band concert series continues. Urban Legend, playing the songs of Keith Urban, April 9th.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, it's Mace. Count on Jacob after a car accident. Count on Jacob after a rideshare crash. Count on Jacob after a motorcycle hit. Count on Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Call Jacob.
Smalls here. Did you know there are many ways to do your taxes with H&R Block? You can go to a local office and get expert help in person, or you can choose virtual tax prep and get expert help without leaving home. Or you can even do them yourself online with live human help standing by. Whatever you choose, you can file with confidence, having H&R Block's 70-plus years of tax expertise in your corner. Switch today and file your way at hrblock.com.
Clinton Yates here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast. Others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
All right, what's going on? Big Monday, cranking it up for another week, and we're doing it with Michael and Pepe in the studio. Pepe especially short fused today.
Really grumpy.
Very, very grumpy. All right, so Pepe, I want you to tee this up. We have got your call of the Luke Kennard game winner in the Orlando game. So Pepe does the games in Spanish, and where can we hear you?
In 9:80 a.m., La Mera Mera.
La Mera Mera. Okay.
He changed from KWKW now to her sister station.
Okay, got it. So here is Pepe's call of this thrilling moment from this Lakers season. Hit it, Brian Cohn.
Es más difícil. Viene la jugada. Incluso aquí parecía una falta. Viene el disparo.
¡Qué cosa! Luke Kennard, lo dejaron libre. ¡Increíble! 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 Amor con amor se paga. Así perdió Lakers el partido en el cripto. Y ahora todo mundo abraza a Kennard en la última jugada. Kennard es el héroe, sí señor. Un partido que parecía estar perdido. Y aparece Luke Kennard en una jugada milagrosa, dinámica, explosiva e inesperada, Eduardo. ¡Qué victoria de Lakers! ¡Qué victoria de Lakers! ¡Qué bello es este deporte, amigos! De verdad que es hermoso este deporte. 105-104 gana Lakers. Luke Kennard en tiro de 3 puntos. Y no lo pueden creer. Ahí está la jugada. Se movieron todos, se preocuparon de LeBron y Kennard recibió la pelota, con sangre fría lanzó la pelota, un tirador puro de 3 puntos, dice, yo puedo. Pepe, give us a rough translation of everything you said. I heard free, I heard incredible.
Okay, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? At the end of that, I said, qué bello es este deporte. De verdad, qué bello es. And which means is, how beautiful is this sport? How beautiful it is 3 times. And also I said, amor con amor se paga, which is saying that if you do something, then it's going to come back and you can do the same the other way. And then if you remember, John, they lost against Orlando.
Yep.
At crypto by 1 point.
Right.
So now they go to
It
Orlando.
came full circle.
Yeah. Great. Pepe,
Orlando
that was wonderful.
had beaten us 4 times in a row before Kennard hit that
That's
shot.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't need that. Hey, I want to go to the JM Eagle LA Championship. Listen to DeMarco and Travis for your chance to win a 4-pack of GA tickets. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7, caller number 10 this afternoon, and you're headed to the tournament. So the city of Los Angeles, guys, is installing 125 speed cameras on some of the road. I'll just read this. The fines will range from $50 to $500 depending on how much you exceed the posted speed limit. Installation is going to take place in the next couple of months. Drivers who are photographed going 11 miles or more over the posted speed limit will have a 60-day grace period before they're fined. So essentially, they're creating speed traps all over L.A., but not speed traps with somebody with a gun, speed traps with cameras loaded around town. How do you guys feel about this?
Never liked him. Still don't like him.
Terrible.
I think that getting a ticket without ever interacting with another person leaves out all possible circumstances.
Yes.
What if you're flying to the hospital? I mean, now I have to go to court if I had a legitimate reason to be going too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm against all
Michael,
of it.
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't like it. There's too much Big Brother watching here.
Yeah, it is. And you know where it's leading?
The what?
It's going to lead to cameras on freeways.
They already got those, don't they?
No, but I'm saying you'll be able to get a ticket for going 75
You'll
or
have to
60.
drive the speed limit on your way home from crypto. You're dead.
That's the direction it's going. If we don't stand up to this 125 speed cameras, what are you going to do to stand up to them, Pepe? What are you going to do?
No, I don't like it because everybody here drives over the speed limit.
Yes, I drive a couple of miles over.
We will
But do they give you a grace like
tickets all the time.
Because if you go 10 miles over, cops usually don't stop you on
It's
the freeway,
11
right?
miles or more over the posted speed
By
limit.
the way, I'm sure she's done something good, but when is the last time Karen Bass did anything that people liked?
Well, when is the last time Karen Bass had the power to do anything? The city is run by county commissioners. It's not really run by Karen Bass. She's a ceremonial person.
Okay, so she has no power to correct this?
No, I don't think so. I think this is county commissioner territory.
Yeah, if I was mayor, I would get into this.
See, we don't have a strong mayor here. We don't have a strong.
Obviously.
We don't have a strong mayor system. The mayor doesn't have as much power as they do in other cities.
But this is also about vehicle deaths, about vehicular accidents. I think this is a good thing to curb speeding. I live off of Fairfax.
Yeah.
And people speed so loud and fast, I can hear it in my apartment that's 2 blocks away.
Okay.
I think that there is an issue with people speeding too much. And the range starts at $50 at 11 miles per hour over to 20 miles per hour over.
Yep.
Okay? That's where most of us live. And if it's $50, we can all live with that, I believe. And I think if it curb speeding, I think that's a good thing.
But you see where it's going, right? Cameras on every road, cameras on the freeways, cameras everywhere. That's the direct.
To help people not speed so much and cause
you
any
do you not, when you're driving, you don't go 66 on a.
But that's not what this is, Mason.
Well, it's going to be
11 miles per hour over.
So
it's a slippery slope.
It's not a slippery slope.
It is
and
so slippery.
They're never going to do 66
You're going to
miles per
slide
hour.
right down the slippery slope. You're going to be a slippery slope slider.
It's never going to be 66 miles per hour.
I don't like it. This is really bad.
Is never
Yeah,
good.
I don't want to be London.
Michael, we're always going to be. We're late. We're going to be really late.
You'll be busted every time.
Every time. If
Well,
we want to
maybe
be on
leave
time.
your house earlier.
Even if you because you don't live that far. You live in Fairfax, which is close. When you live in Orange County, I left my house today at 11.
Okay.
But then there's something that is going to happen in the freeway, or they close the
Shocking
exit.
traffic
They don't
on
tell
the
you.
freeways.
It is an upset. I am surprised.
I don't
there's
like it.
traffic
I mean,
out there.
if I live across the street here, I'd say do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
They're not going to give me a ticket by walking.
Correct, Pepe.
I have gotten one of these before. So it's in Virginia. I was driving on a highway. They call it highways over there. I know it's shocking to you all. So I was on a highway in Virginia.
Highways,
and
that's
I
right.
got a ticket for 15 miles per hour over the speed limit on the highway. And I paid my ticket.
Right.
And I lived my life. And now when I'm in that zone, when I know the camera is, I drive less than 50 miles over the speed limit.
So I got one time. It was in West Hollywood, and I was driving sort of into the sun, and it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. So I did not see the light. I did not see the light. Light changed, and you couldn't see it.
Did you
because
just pay
of the
it,
sun.
or did you fight it?
No, I fought it. I went out and I took a picture at the same time of the afternoon, and I said, "This is what this light looks like. Now, should I really be ticketed for this?" And they agreed and said no.
You went through a red light?
Was it really worth the effort?
I was going
don't
to
know.
say it cost you just a ridiculous amount of time.
Could have killed somebody. You went through a red light.
Yeah, but you couldn't see, Michael. You could not see because the sun was in your eyes. So
Yeah,
anyways.
and there is a highway.
Wear sunglasses.
There is a highway here.
Oh, Em's got an answer for everything.
Ventura Highway.
Yeah, Em's got an
Ventura
answer
Highway.
for everything, and Pepe's got a short fuse. What are we to do? Coming up next for you is Luka's case for MVP building some momentum. We will do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's time to BB Go for it.
Every game day, you can play and win fabulous prizes from BB Go.
And qualify for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage.
Thank you.
Here we go. Time to BB Go for it. It's your cue to call. Caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7 gets to tell us which team tonight will hit the first three-pointer. BB Go for it. That's right. It's a Lakers game day. Tell us again which team will hit the first three-pointer, and you can win.
From BB Go and ESPN LA.
BB Go for it. We'll find out who's playing BB Go for it coming up next on ESPN LA.
We got your chance to win.
It's the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN LA.
Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon before Mason and Ireland.
Does the league need to do something? And by that I mean this. In this new league year window where you could do whatever you want, 2 days of negotiating, right? Any trades that happen before it or during it should be transacted on the spot. What are we waiting for? Why do trades have to wait, right? Why do trades have to wait? I need an answer to that. I haven't gotten a good answer to that. Obviously, physicals need to be made, and everybody believes that it's not a failed physical. Everyone knew what his knee problem is. It's not like buyer beware. They were aware. But does the league need to do something about that? Because they're not going to step in and say the Ravens did something off because it's not official. It's the yellow line. This whole thing is the yellow line until 4 o'clock Eastern time.
Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon before Mason and Ireland. The Rich Eisen Show on LA's mega sports station, ESPN.
ESPN LA.
ESPN LA family on personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand. 2026 marks 15 years that you've trusted me to represent you. When you're hurt and down, I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is a voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to BB Go for it.
Every game day, you can play and win fabulous prizes from BB Go.
And qualify for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage. It's time on Mason and Ireland right now on ESPN LA to BB Go for it. We've got caller number 7. Let's find out who it is.
All right, here we go. Caller number 7 is Jackson Gray from San Clemente. Congratulations just for playing BB Go for it today on Mason and Ireland. You win $50 in BB Go. Now your chance to make it $100 and compete for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage. Jackson Gray, give us your predictions. Who's going to score the first three-point basket tonight, Lakers or Wizards?
Got to go with my Lakers, of course.
BB, go for it. Listen to tonight's game on ESPN LA, and let's see if you're right for your chance to win even more BB Go product and qualify for the grand prize to see basketball's biggest game in person. BB, go for it. From Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA, and our friends at BB Go.
BB, go for it.
BB Go for it, brought to you by BB Go Bold Korean flavor. That's comforting, easy to share. Bowls, dumplings, fried rice. BB Go for it. And bring something different to the table.
All right, so you found, and by the way, Michael Thompson's here, Pepe Mantilla's here. You found an article that suggests that Luka is going to win the MVP, could win the MVP.
There has very quietly been a movement of NBA people thinking that he should be the front runner. Last week, we played for you Tim Legler,
right?
Who now has Luka number one,
right,
in his MVP rankings. So now there is Sports Illustrated has written an article about who should be the favorite to win the MVP. This writer at Sports Illustrated says his name is Liam McCown. Says with 10 games to go, Luka 1, SGA 2, Wemby 3. And I don't think that's what's happening.
No, that's not what happened. I mean, if that was true, you should be pounding Luka Doncic in the odds right now.
But what's interesting is that more national people are starting to kind of support Luka's cause. Here's some of what they said.
Yeah.
It's fair to say one great month shouldn't outweigh a season's worth of work. But Doncic has been statistically dominant all season long. His team is winning a lot of games with the playoffs approaching, and the last month hasn't just been great. It's been historic in several different ways. If the season ended today, it's hard to consider anyone else the favorite. Michael, what percentage chance do you give Luka to steal the MVP from SGA or Wemby?
10%.
I think it's about right.
Yeah, I got it.
It's a Wemby.
It's
a Wemby award.
The betting markets have him at 7%.
I think it's an SGA award.
Well,
you and I would vote for
Although,
Wemby.
here's the thing. According to the betting markets, Wemby is closing the gap. Shea's now at 39%. Wemby's at 20%. Jaylen Brown, 13%. Nikola Jokic, 10%. And Luka, 7%.
I would put Luka ahead of Jaylen and Jokic.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
But
it's going to be either Shea or Wemby, and Wemby's picking up steam.
Could it be as simple as whoever number one in the West is gets the MVP?
It very well could be.
Probably.
The
There are only 2
Spurs
games.
have won 24 out of 26 games.
Yeah.
24 of their last 26. And they can't catch OKC because OKC just keeps winning.
That's right. And I give it to Shea.
In every sense of the word, Wemby's the most valuable player. He's the most recognizable player, probably outside of LeBron. The most popular player, the most fun player to watch. Has the most effect on the court on both ends, especially on the defensive end. I don't even know why this is a discussion.
So I think John pointed out something that's going to be valuable, and that is who wins the West.
Sure.
If San Antonio, and they're only 2 games back, if they win the West, I think it's Wemby.
And if Shea wins it, there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, Wemby, he's the one player you would trade all these MVP candidates for.
Sure, absolutely.
So that makes him the MVP.
I also think when you're thinking about an MVP, especially a back-to-back MVP, I think, to me at least, if I was a voter, if you're going to win back-to-back MVPs, you have to be exceptionally different than the last time you won the MVP. I think you have to beat your previous self, and I feel like that is a hill that Shea hasn't climbed, in my opinion, over Wemby. I think Wemby, his story, taking his team from what it was last year to what it is this year, that adding him onto this team takes this team to be number 2, maybe number 1 in the West. I think his story is better than Shea's story, because Shea's story is not much different than it was last year. I think it needs to be different if you're going to win back-to-back MVPs, in my opinion.
It's a good point.
I will say this. I don't think we're looking at Luka in the full context, which is traded surprisingly, got crapped on by his former team, came over here, went back, got an unbelievable conditioning, unbelievable shape, comes back here, is lighting up the league. If you look at it in that context, it's a really great story.
Also, I will say this, and I hear it at least once a week around the league. People saying stuff like, Luka plays no defense. Luka is the worst defensive player in the NBA.
That's not true.
These people are not watching the games.
I agree.
Luka has been a willing defender all season long. Is he going to be all defense? No. But compare his defensive metrics to guys who are all defense, and they're pretty close.
Sure.
He's pretty close defensively to Amen Thompson. He's pretty close defensively to Jalen McDaniels.
Jalen McDaniels.
Yeah. And so
that's a little bit of homerism. He's not close to Amen Thompson. Come on.
Statistically, their defensive stats are
Michael, if you look at the box score of every game.
Wait a minute. So you think Luka is the worst defender in the NBA, like people say?
Don't compare him to Amen Thompson.
No.
What Amen did last week in
Answer
Detroit.
the question.
What's wrong with
Answer
you guys?
the question. Repeat the question.
Amen
So
Thompson's
does Luka play defense or not?
He's not close to Amen Thompson, Ireland. Come on. Don't be a homer.
Every game that you see. Look, I'm not saying that he's the greatest defense.
I go by the eye test, okay? Come on.
Okay. Michael, you're missing the point. We're not saying that he's the best defender, but every game he has at least one steal or two.
But the metrics show he's roughly an average defender.
Not
a bad defender, not a terrible defender,
to Amen
but
Thompson,
an average defender.
As of this month, March 2026, Luka Doncic and Amen Thompson have both emerged as elite defenders, allowing roughly 0.84 points per possession in isolations. So that means if Luka's isolated guarding you, and if Amen Thompson is isolated guarding you, the results are similar.
Mm-hmm.
So what's so offensive about comparing them when they both have the exact same defensive stats?
Oof. Man,
you don't understand the question, Michael.
I don't lost.
No, Michael does the same thing that these national guys do.
But he remains, by the way, John, fourth worst among eligible players in allowing blow-bys and drives.
Right.
Have you guys watched Wemby play this year? Have you seen what he's been doing?
I don't think Luka is a great defender, but I think he's an average defender.
And I agree with you on that.
Okay.
It's between two guys, and that's all it is, okay? Come on.
I would vote for Wemby.
I think it's incredible that we have probably 4 worthy candidates in any other year this year. So I think Jokic, Luka, Wemby, and Shea. In any other year, 6 really with Jalen.
And Jokic belong in there, too.
Yeah, I think they would all be MVPs in a different year. I think this is an incredibly deep league this year.
Yeah. Wemby has taken the Spurs to championship status because of his mere presence.
Yeah, okay. So
come on.
If Shea wins or Wemby wins, I think we all agree that
either one.
Okay.
Either one.
And you know what? The recipe for Luka to win is drop a 50 burger on Shea on Thursday.
And it could happen.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get thrown out for talking to a fan.
Sure. Well, he's got two to play with now.
I'll tell you one thing, those two are going to be going at each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Luka doesn't guard Shea, though, because that'll be Marcus if he's back in Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to play something Dirk Nowitzki said. So Dirk, who's obviously part of NBA coverage now, he was talking about the Lakers. Listen to what he said.
Luka has been playing incredible basketball on fire for weeks now, averaging almost 40 a night. He's got his step back working. And when the step back works, watch out other teams, because then he's basically unguardable. The big three is healthy really for the first time. I think they're sort of kind of finding their roles. LeBron has been doing a great job kind of stepping back, letting the younger two kind of carry the offense. I just watched him live play in Orlando the other night last week, and LeBron was in the corner a lot, and then he kind of picks his spot. He's still the best transition player. He's a great hub still. He's a great off-the-ball player. He's got the brightest IQ out there to make incredible plays when the ball comes to him, but he just makes everything so much easier for the rest, and he lets Austin and Luka do their thing. So I've been impressed. Defensively, they're mixing it up, as we talked about it before. Luke Kennard has been a great addition. They kind of get away with playing these subpar defenders, but they're mixing it up. They're mixing up the zone. They're matching up out of it. They're decent on the man-to-man. Aiden's been better. So overall, I think they're doing really well. And is that a team you really want to see in the playoffs with 3 guys that can, decide the game and take over down the stretch? So I've been impressed with them, and we'll see how far they can take it.
So it's good that Dirk pointed all that stuff out, but here's what I think it all comes down to. If they play Houston in round 1,
they're going to win.
The Lakers will be favored.
Yep.
If they play Denver or Minnesota, they'll be underdogs. And in the second round, if they win in the first round,
they'll be underdogs.
They would be huge underdogs to either San Antonio or OKC. So they're going to have to surprise some people.
So, John, if they go 5-2 down the stretch, I got 7 games left. If they go 5-2, they're
I think they have 8.
Do they have 8?
I think. Maybe 7. I don't know.
I think it's 7.
Okay.
If they go 5-2, they lock up the 3. Denver can't catch them. So if you look at their actual schedule, let's play the game. Washington, this should be a win. Washington
should be.
Cleveland, they're the 4 seed in the East tomorrow night. Lakers favored, I would think.
Difficult game.
Thursday, OKC, 2-game lead on San Antonio. Sunday at Dallas, they've been terrible. At Golden State, they're probably the 9 or the 10 seed in the West. Phoenix, the 7 in the West, and they're kind of stuck there.
They've been good against the Lakers, though.
They have been, right. And Utah, terrible, lost 9-10 in that last week. I think they're probably going 1, 2, 3, 4.
By the way,
5-2.
They're 48-26. 48-26. So they have 8 games remaining, including tonight.
8 games tonight. You're
right. The problem is Denver is not losing.
Right.
They have won 6 games in a row. Denver's exactly 1 game behind us. And by the way, they have the same amount of wins as us. They have 48. I think they're 48-28. We're 48-26. So the Lakers can't really afford to lose, even though they have the tiebreaker on Denver.
We have the tiebreaker on
2
Denver.
ahead in the loss column.
Right.
And
the
tiebreaker, which gives them a little bit of a cushion.
But if they win out, if the Nuggets win out, they have 10 games left.
Right.
The Lakers can only lose once.
That's right.
If they win out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
And what is interesting is Denver ends the season with San Antonio and OKC. Chances are San Antonio and OKC will have determined the number 1 seed by then. If not, Denver, then we're looking really good.
Right.
But I think Denver could run the table.
Yeah, it's possible.
And Jokic just got named Player of the Week. Jokic is playing like Jokic again. Jamal Murray had 53 points in a game over the weekend. I mean, they're good. They're really good.
Let me before we get to Fast Track, I want to ask you guys how you think I did in my fantasy baseball league on Friday night, which started